Turnagain Arm Trail of the Chugach State Park traverses along the coastal mountains of the aforementioned inlet waters and is today about 10 miles in length and has 4 trailhead sections subdividing the trail into smaller sections. Shown here is just the first of 3 sections of the trail. This section begins 1/4 mile beyond Potter's Marsh and ends at McHugh Creek. Initially built in 1910, and I believe was called the Old Johnson's Trail back then. It was a support trail in the gold rush days for a small port town called Portage at the end of Turnagain Arm. It has great views of the Arm and meanders through deciduous forests. This is an easy and pleasant trail to hike. The first section has about 300 feet of elevation gains. The sun becomes a little scarce in winter around Anchorage, and the neighboring mountains along the Arm to the south also block low horizon sunlight. This trail is on the north shore of the Arm and will be among the first trails to thaw out as the sun begins to reach a higher arc above the mountains in early spring. This in particular is a great trail section for enjoying the setting sun, and there are 2 bluff areas with seating benches so that you can rest and take in the view. This section is about 3.3 miles one way. Moose are common along the trail, and in spring, bear will frequent the trail looking for game, mainly moose. So in spring, beware if there are temporary closures or if there has been a moose kill along the trail. Dogs are allowed on trail, but they must be leashed, and be aware that moose and dogs often conflict with each other. In spring, there may be patches of ice on the trail surface from runoff water. I would recommend microspikes. Sure am enjoying this golden light. The other 2 lengths of the Turnagain Arm Trail are sections between McHugh Creek and Rainbow and Windy Corner. Those are also beautiful trail sections, perhaps even more so than Potter's Marsh to McHugh Creek. Those will also have more elevation gains associated with them, the highest being at about 800 feet. I have videos of those trail sections as well, and you can find links to those in the description below. Well, now that I'm at the Rabbit Creek end of the trail, Turnagain Arm Trail, I have to start back. And again, if I haven't mentioned it, it's 3.3 miles one way. And people tend to use, it looks like, the Potter's Marsh end of this trail a bit more than they are the McHugh Creek end of the trail. So the snow here is just a little bit deeper, but if you use the Potter's Marsh side of the trail, there's pretty well beaten path all the way up to what might be considered the second lookout point, which is probably a little bit under 2 miles in from the Potter's Marsh trailhead. If you're craving sunlight in these winter December days, this trail in particular is the one to choose. Okay, have fun out there, leave no trace, be safe, and maybe we'll see you on trail.